A big fan theory for the Jade Cargill situation just became true in a big way, so we'll see what that's about, and why Naomi and Bianca are still the top suspects. Starting things off with a major development for the Jade Cargill attacker storyline. The December 13th edition of Smackdown featured a backstage segment of Nick Aldis approaching Bianca Belair and telling her that due to the unknown nature of Jade Cargill's injuries, he sees no other option but to strip them of the tag team titles. That's when Naomi conveniently steps up to the plate and volunteers to fill in for Jade Cargill as one half of the tag team champions with Bianca Belair. Notice that in Naomi's pitch to Bianca and Adam Pearce, Naomi doesn't make it about herself. She makes it seem like she's only doing it for Bianca Belair. Naomi said that Bianca has never relinquished anything in her life and how she does not want Bianca to start now. Bianca instantly accepts Naomi's offer and points out to Adam Pearce how it has been done before. Bianca wastes no time in also pitching the idea to Nick Aldis and asking if that's an option. Nick Aldis said he would try to run it by the higher-ups, and it was later in the night approved after all. The actual meaning of this situation is a little unclear. Is Naomi only going to fill in for Jade during only title defenses? Is Naomi an interim champion? Or is Naomi the full-time tag team champion from now on and has fully replaced Jade Cargill? It's looking like this story could actually go through all those phases for Naomi. Maybe it starts off with Naomi just participating in title defenses, but then it's going to get to the point where Naomi could start walking around with the title in her possession, becoming the interim champion. And after Jade Cargill has been gone for so many months, Naomi's going to basically look at herself as the full-time champion, which will naturally cause conflicts between Jade Cargill when she's going to return and demand that Naomi hand her back over the tag team title. But Naomi may be hesitant to do so because she's going to grow close to the title and feels like she truly earned it after those title defenses with Bianca, all while Jade Cargill was on the shelf. So that's the foundation of what they could be setting up here. Naomi is just pitching it as a temporary fill-in, but the longer this goes on for, the harder it will be for Naomi to actually hand the title back over to Jade Cargill peacefully. As far as the number one suspect, we still don't have anyone else to point fingers at besides Bianca Belair and Naomi. They're the only characters that really are a part of the Jade Cargill situation, so because of that reason, they're the main suspects as well. There's absolutely no one else to look at. Everyone else is off on their own storylines, so it's unlikely that someone else is behind the attack. Unless it's a big return and someone that comes completely out of left field, then sure, it can be them. But outside of that situation, it's either Bianca, Naomi, or the both of them together. That's still our only options here at this current moment of time. Usually in a whodunit type of story, a lot of characters will be painted as the main suspect, just to really get you thinking and mess with your head. But this storyline has not fully done that quite yet. Sure, Bianca and Naomi have pointed fingers towards other members of the women's locker room, but they haven't provided actual proof or evidence that it could be any of the people they're accusing. So the more they point fingers with no actual evidence to back their claims, the more they continue to look guilty themselves. And even watching back this segment of Naomi volunteering to fill in, it's hard to determine if this is Naomi working alone, and if this is all her plan that's perfectly falling in place, or if it's Naomi and Bianca's plan together, and they're just gaslighting and manipulating everyone around them to think this whole thing just happened on the fly, when in actuality, everything is perfectly going according to their plan. Naomi surely looks guilty in this segment. She comes in right away, painting the picture that she's only doing this for Bianca, and not acknowledging any benefits that it does bring to herself. But Bianca Belair is no saint here either in this segment. After hearing Naomi's pitch to be her new tag team partner, it takes Bianca less than half a second to scream out yes and accept the offer. Bianca is ruthless and was ready to move on from Jade Cargill instantly without even taking a minute to think about the situation and how this could make Jade feel. That was Bianca's tag team partner for an entire year, and she was just ready to move on from Jade Cargill in less than a blink of an eye. So that itself is suspicious, and gives off the vibe that Bianca's unsatisfied with Jade Cargill as her partner, considering how fast she was ready to move on from her. That single action of instantly accepting Naomi's offer is what's keeping Bianca Belair at the top of this investigation. Bianca either did it on her own and she's manipulating the entire situation around her, or it was Bianca and Naomi that put everything in place of what we're seeing right now. But with Jade Cargill's actual injury status being unknown, it looks like Naomi and Bianca Belair will go forward as the reigning and defending women's tag team champions. For Naomi, it's a big deal because it's technically the first time she held the women's tag team titles since the walkout happened 2.5 years ago. So Naomi is reunited with the title she technically never lost. But the fashion and how she's currently holding the title is a big topic of discussion here. Is it just an innocent friend filling in for another injured friend? Or is it a backstabbing friend that purposely hurt her friend just so that she could take her championship and take her spot in the company? Those are the two really only options here. So it looks like that's how this story will be moving forward in the immediate future. Bianca and Naomi are now the tag team champions. So there's no need for Bianca and Jade to be stripped of the titles. We'll just have to see if Naomi and Bianca will continue to show a lot of interest in trying to find the backstage attacker, or if they'll just slowly forget about Jade Cargill. If they put the investigation on the back burner, maybe that means we just see no real discovery in the case until Jade Cargill comes back herself. The way the story is being presented right now, it sounds like the Jade Cargill character is just completely out of it right now. She's hurt, confused, and has no idea what happened to her. But maybe Jade did see a face or some other telling detail about her attacker while they were in a tussle. So maybe once Jade Cargill is back to 100% health, she will return with information of who she saw or what she saw that night when she was attacked. If there were absolutely no witnesses and no cameras, that means Jade Cargill's memory is going to be the real factor here to help close this investigation. So you can definitely see the seeds being planted for Jade Cargill to return and demand for her title to be handed back to her from Naomi, and maybe even reveal that Naomi did it to her. Or if Bianca and Naomi are both dirty, maybe Jade Cargill returns to put both of them on blast for what they did. And Jade will absolutely have no interest in taking back her title in this case, because she would not want to be tag team champions with either of the women that attacked her. So it's an exciting storyline because it has so many potential different outcomes for what's actually happening here. But for Naomi and Bianca, everything should be smooth sailing for them from this point on. They got everything they wanted on both sides. Bianca got a new partner, and Naomi is back to holding some championship gold in WWE. They should only get worried once the word starts going around that Jade Cargill's close to returning, or if a witness to the attack suddenly appears and starts pointing fingers towards Bianca and Naomi. Those are the two situations that will really apply pressure to Bianca and Naomi. But outside of that, technically there's new women's tag team champions, and we'll have to see how that continues to go. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.